All right, what's good, YouTube? We're here back with another topic. Same day, same life, same thing. It's your boy, Musa.
It's your boy out of the poet. Y'all know what he do.
It's man like introspective, you know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
today we're talking about the pros and cons of turning your passion into your career. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a conversation I've had a lot with one of my boys that I work with, Ron, and we've talked about it a lot because obviously he's a break dancer and he was talking. He's a b-boy dancer, right? So he was talking about how a lot of people have turned b-boy into mainstream, but I was just like to him, yeah, but that is what happens because when you are a b-boy or a dancer, for example, dancer is probably the most important one you can use for this topic. When you become a dancer, eventually, like if you know dancers, there's no money in it until you get sponsored. But then when you get sponsored, they want you to dance a certain way. They want you to do a certain thing.
To certain music.
Into certain music, wearing certain clothes. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, now are you actually doing it? Are you actually dancing the way you want to dance? Or are you dancing the way somebody else? You become a puppet.
Yeah.
So that is, and we were just talking about it, but I was just like to him, bro, in art, once art, if you make it your career, you're gonna have to start doing it to an audience or to somebody else's preferences.
I can totally say,
and I've seen it for you because I used it for you, because if you see for you what you was drawing before you started popping and before you got your contract, it's like it's changed now.
It's changed.
You don't draw what you draw.
I don't even have time to draw what I want to draw. Like if I want to draw what I want to draw, I have to be like, okay, I'm gonna upload every other week or like once a week. Do you know what I mean? Because I have actual work to do. I'm assigned to do something. Do you know what I mean? Of course, in the beginning, it's all fun. You're loving it. You know what I mean? It's nice. But when you're having to do that week after week after week, eventually it becomes like, oh, allow it. Like, hey, another face. Oh, another face. I got to draw. Oh, I got to draw another face. Do you know what I mean? It's not fun anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because you got a deadline as well. It's like, you have to be done at this time. I can't take my time on the work. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I can definitely relate to that. It does become more of a, you can still do the thing that you want to do, you know, make it fun and whatnot, but it's like, you're going to have to sacrifice the income. And if it's your livelihood and you're solely relying on that, that's when it can become really draining, you know, because it's I have to do it or else I'm not going to eat. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you get to the point where it's like, I'm making enough money from this and other revenues and blah, 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 that I can sacrifice a little bit over here to do what I want to do. That's the best balance, I think. That's the beauty of both worlds, where it's like, I can still do what I want to do. If it makes me money, great. If it doesn't make me money, I'm happy.
But I think that's the beauty of what social media has given people the opportunity to do. True. Because on social media, you can do what you want to do, but then you have your private lifestyle on the side where you're going to have to work according to who you're working for, your client or whatever, right?
Whatever, yeah.
But what also messed up part about that is because even though you're doing your thing on social media, there's certain things you might not be able to say. You won't be able to talk about other companies if they clash with the one you're working for. So it still kind of limits you. To a certain extent. It depends on what field you're in.
Yeah, it's true.
Like for you, drawing, there's no limits. You can still do whatever you want on your private page.
True, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Your client is not going to be like, wait, that's a company, an enemy company. You can't promote them while you're under contract with us. There's nobody's going to say it to you. You know what I mean? But there's certain people who are in those kind of contracts where it's like, okay, you cannot talk about, like for me, for example, working for JD, I can't go and promote Foot Locker.
Of course, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. It's just wrong.
The way it is, right? So I feel like it creates a lot of problems for a lot of companies, but it's the price you have to pay if you really want to turn your passion into a career.
Not always, but sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's.
I mean, you can even see it with basketball. What about if you're naturally a 3-point shooter, and then you go to another team and they say we don't want you to shoot no more? What are you gonna do?
Well, you can't do nothing. Paul George said it as well. Like on the Doc Rivers wanted to turn him into like a shooting guard type of situation where he just catch and shoot. And he said that wasn't his game. He said that's not me. But obviously, if my coach says that that's how I'm playing, that's how I have to play. What can I do? The team is paying
obviously sports is a little bit different because if you're good at what you do, there's no coach going to tell you not to do it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But generally, when it comes to creative side, I mean, Aaron, love for music, for example, how many artists do you know that when you started listening to them, how they've changed to now?
Oh God, yeah.
I said, oh God.
Like,
oh, shit.
Like a lot of the time when they get signed, their music changes, even if it's just like a little bit. Like they have, like there are certain like chords and certain arrangements that they use in like pop music.
Okay.
That they know will draw listeners in or get popular.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time it's utilizing those, and like it's not allowing people to do what they got into music to do, which is like just put the art out.
That's it. That's it.
It's constraining in people's art to like guidelines, and when you do that, it's not really art anymore, is it?
No, it's not. It's not, because art is about expressing yourself. That's the real definition of art. Expression. You know, showing off the way you feel and emotion and all that stuff. That's what art is. Do you know what I'm saying? And when it's not that no more, it's more like, okay, instruction book. Do this, boop, 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 boop. It's like, am I a builder? Am I a carpenter? That's not what I am, fam. Where it's like, you have to do this, then this, then this. It's like, no. How about the way I'm feeling right now? Do you know what I'm saying? Let me do the way I want to do. That's why when it comes to like, let's look at music here. Most of the time, when an artist freestyles, it sounds way better than when they're planning out shit. When they're sitting there trying to plan out like how to make a perfect hit song.
Not even freestyles. Like if you go to the NPR Tiny Desk performances, you listen to most of those artists, and then you listen to their produced and mixed pieces.
Oh yeah, live is always better.
You would think it's two different people.
Live is always better.
I think it's two different people. Like I listen to let's a great example is like Mac Miller.
Okay.
I listened to his thingy, to his Tiny Desk, and bro, what? Dude is amazing, bro. What? The funk, the groove in his, I was like, God damn. And then I listened to the same song on Spotify. I was like, it can't be. It can't be. You run that by me, I'll be like, what is this shit I'm listening to?
Like another two of like my favorite Tiny Desks are Her.
Her is dope. She's dope.
Daniel Caesar.
I think you put me on Daniel Caesar one.
Yeah. And both of them are like, oh my, like I cried after both of those.
Wow.
And then I went back and I went to the Spotify and listened to the songs, and I'm like, this isn't as good as the
studio, like just open space, right? Like live.
Yeah.
It's the rawness.
It's the rawness. Like I was saying it, like when people go, like there's this Iranian song that I listened to, and it was a studio version. It was like the guy's playing the guitar part. I don't know, you've probably seen it, where I'm guy like, oh, the beat's slapping. Yeah, that one. And then I listened to the studio one, like the one that's mixed and everything. I was like, no. As soon as I started, I was like, nope, it don't slap the same, but it does not slap the same.
It don't
slap the same. No, I'm not doing this.
That's what I'm saying. That's why with art, it's very difficult, man. It's difficult because you see people like I feel like that's why there's a lot of artists who don't become famous, who don't become rich from it, because they don't want to lose themselves or their identity. They want to stay in it. And a lot of these managers and companies like that, people like that, they class them as hard to handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got attitude problem.
Yeah, they're stubborn.
Stubborn. And if you're especially black and you're labeled like that, bro, it's done for you. It's done for you.
You got no hope. It's hard. There's still hope, but it's very. That's when you got to be smart and do things like what Jay-Z did, and like Akon. Make your own record label and produce your own shit, bruv. Chuck it out yourself. You
just got to work harder.
That's it. You just go. It's gonna take a longer time. It's gonna take a longer time. Like if something was supposed to take you like 5 years, if you're doing it by yourself, make it 15, bruv.
That's for you.
Anyways, where were we? So
because I'm thinking, me as a writer.
Okay.
Let's say if I was to get more publicity and this and that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think for me, regardless, I'm alright. Like, let's say if I'm going to to a performance and their theme is, I don't know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Lucky for me enough, I can just write to that theme.
Yeah.
But I can still write in my style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the good thing about poetry is like the whole point of it is to express yourself, and if you're not doing that, then it's not
poetry, really, is
poetry,
it?
But that's art in general.
Yeah.
And if you're not expressing yourself, then what is the point? Then it just becomes a job, innit? It's just you working for somebody, writing for somebody else's approval. You know what I mean? You're not doing it for yourself anymore.
But that's why I said with the whole dancing thing that you was talking about. I feel like if a company approaches you, and they want you to change the way you like, you got to read over that contract real hard, because there's a lot of fine print, fam. Do you know what I mean? And you got to read over that contract real hard. If you don't know how to read contracts, get professional help. Sit down with someone. It's worth it, bruv, because that talking with someone can save you a couple of thousands. Do you know what I'm saying? You might have to pay them a one-time fee, but it's worth it than going crazy broke or something stupid like that.
And I think that alone, like, it goes back to the whole thing of like how you present yourself is worth more than your actual art.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if a company comes to you and wants to change the way that you dance, they don't want you.
That's it. They don't want me. They'll probably want my followers and all that stuff just to make more sales.
Yeah.
Most likely. Do you know what I'm saying? Most likely. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. There's a lot of cons and there's obviously a lot of pros to turning your passion into your career.
Yeah.
Obviously the number one thing I'll say is I would say you have a lot of control.
But now to that pro,
go.
There's a lot of people that forget that when you are, let's say you are an artist or a dancer or whatever kind of art you're in, when you are approached, you have the upper hand. They 100%. Approach you for a reason. Yeah. They approach you because they like your style and they like what you do. 100%. Don't forget that part.
Oh no, but some people do.
Because some people forget that, okay, cool. Somebody approaches you and says, look, I like your style and I want you to do this for me. And then they give you a price. Yeah. I say, cool, whatever, I'll do it. But then eventually they could also be like, okay, I'll give you a little bit extra if you just change this. That's where it always starts. If you just do this.
But then that's on you.
That's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you. Yeah, but that's what a lot of people, because like I said, there's a lot of people who are in less fortunate situations in life when they've been doing the same art for a long time and haven't seen anything come out of it. And as soon as somebody flashes some money at you, you're just like, shit, I want to get out of this. I want to have that better life. So let me just do it. But then eventually it just ruins what you did it for in the first place.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of social media right now. Nowadays, you don't need someone to come to you. Now there's so many platforms where you don't even have to pay for anything to get your stuff out there. Instagram's free, Facebook's free, LinkedIn's free, TikTok's free, Spotify. I don't know how much you have to pay on Spotify, whatever, to make an account, whatever, to put up your music and whatnot. I don't know. Do you guys know how much you have to pay on Spotify?
$9.99 a month or something.
$9.99 a month. Bruv, there's so many platforms that are free. Don't cost you nothing to put your art out there. A lot of people, do you know the reason why they don't put their art out there? I know you guys know the answer. Judgment. The end. That's all it is. So many people are afraid of that judgment, what people are going to say. Do you know what I mean?
I've been a victim of that myself.
Thank you very much. Do you know how many artists are out there that have got the talent, but it's just that, what are people going to say? That's the only thing that's stopping them. What are people going to say? That's it.
So many. You know how many poets I've heard that say that, I don't want people to judge me, because it's personal, and it's part, but I mean,
let's be honest.
Personally, when I write poetry for me.
Of course.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? When you originally write, you write for yourself. But
Aaron, let me tell you this. You're writing it for yourself, but that's because you're going through something emotional, some type of way. You're feeling something in it. It could be happiness, it could be sadness. There's something you're feeling, yeah? You're telling me there's no one else out there that's feeling like that. So your poem can't inspire someone else. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Do you know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Literally, your poem, you drop it out.
He said the same thing to me.
Your poem, Aaron, you put that out there, someone could read it and be like, damn, that hit me different.
He said this to me for like 10 years.
I mean, it's happened before, because I've been like, because I do my good vibe tribe thing.
Yeah.
And I've had friends come to it, and I've done poetry there, and like people have been like, wow, I didn't know I needed to hear that until you said it. Like, wow. That kind of shit means a lot.
And that's the kind of thing. I would say the performances that I did with Good Vibe Tribe and all these kind of things, that's what, because I told you before why the problem I had with being so consistent on social media and stuff like that, because I didn't know what the purpose of it was. And then when you do these live performances and you get that feedback of shit, what you just said touched me, it kind of says, okay, there's your purpose.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself, right? And it speaks for itself. It's like
speaks for itself, and then that itself, it just makes you. It kind of then takes away all that insecurity you had of, okay, how are people gonna,
perceive
digest my work? And then now people hear your work, and there's people that are gonna relate to it. There's people that are just gonna be like, you know what, that's nice piece. But there's people that are gonna be like, damn shit, that shit touched me. You know what I mean? And those are the people that you're actually doing it for.
Thank you. Of
course, I don't think I get that with poetry anymore.
Okay.
But I get it with other stuff, like sometimes with the dancing still, because I'm like, I when it comes to that, I'm my own biggest critic. Yeah. So I'll watch something back and I'm like, no, that was trash.
Okay. But have you ever tried to collaborate? Have you ever tried to collab the two?
No, I haven't actually.
Like to do what?
Make a poetry, like a poetry thing, and actually dance to it. So like, express it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're obviously you record yourself saying the piece and everything, and then you record a piece doing your dancing. The way Aaron moves his body. We know Aaron moves his body smooth in it, but you can move it in a like same way. But it just shows people like an emotion to, you know what I mean? If it's sad, it could be you going like this, all that kind of stuff. But you know what I'm saying? These little things like this, you don't know how it's gonna be perceived unless you do it. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that.
There was one post where I like broke out of my comfort zone, and I did like a piece to I can't remember what the song was called, but it was like mostly like violin.
Okay.
And it was very classical.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna try and move my way to this and try and interpret the violin how I would move.
Okay.
And I felt like it came out pretty good, and people like messaged me afterwards. They were like, I love this.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's what I want to say about that. That's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been online for so long, but I'm fearless when it comes to the internet now. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's nothing I can't do on the internet. Zero. Yeah. There's nothing you could bring my way and say, "Musa, try this," and I'll be like, whatever. Let me just do it. I don't care what people think. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care, fam.
You shouldn't though.
I'm very close. I'm very close.
I because trust me, once you get over that hump here of caring what people think, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful road, Aaron. That road, that drive, there's no smoother drive than that. I'm telling you, fam. Yeah. There's no bumps in the road. Lights are working fine, clear road. You're seeing trees on the side. You see your horses on the right. Then you see your sheep on the left. You know what I'm saying? You see a couple mountains. It's sweet.
Have you tried writing poetry, Musa?
You know what I mean?
Sweet.
Just give us a whole scene, bro. Scenario.
I think the biggest thing I've been insecure about, like on my Instagram recently, has been like the painting that I put up.
Okay.
Because I decided I wanted to paint one day, and I was like, I just want to, because I had this idea, this sort of, I had what I wanted to put down on paper in my head.
Okay.
And I was like, let me just get it out.
Just get it out, yeah. Get out of the system.
And at the end of it, I was really proud of what I did, but it didn't come out like perfectly how I saw it in my head.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to post this, because it's not up to like this kind of standard that I've seen other people do. Okay. But I was, at the end of the day, I was like, I'm just gonna post it because this is my truth.
That's it.
So I'm just gonna throw caution.
That's the thing, though, man. Oh, bro, listen, I've had that issue. I have that issue probably every day. How many times oh wait,
hey, you've got someone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, look at it. You coming out for dinner?
Yeah, I'm just on a call.
All right. Okay.
I thought I heard someone say, bro. I thought I heard someone say, bro. I thought I heard something. I was like, wait, who's talking?
Yeah, the problem wasn't say the problem. I've had that problem. Like I get that problem every day, bro. When you post a piece of work or something on Instagram and it doesn't get the same, I don't know, reaction as you already have in your
It
head.
wasn't even that it didn't get this. Yeah, well, yeah, it was in my head. It wasn't even that it didn't get the same reaction when I posted it because everyone like really liked it.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that the way I saw it, I was saying to myself, this isn't good enough to put on my Instagram.
Okay.
Because like when I started it and when I finished it, it looked really good to me. And then I kept looking at it, and over time, I was just like, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right.
But that happens with everything, though. I can tell you that now.
Yeah.
It happens with everything. That's why I don't rewatch my videos.
Yeah.
I'm being dead serious. You think I'm joking? I'm being dead serious. Because the more you rewatch something, you're just like, you know what I'm saying? I could have done better. No, bro. Post that shit. Bam, out. Finish. Get it out there, bro. Boom. Yeah. Let the world do
I even thought about deleting it, but I'm like, I'll keep it up there because
one thing I can tell people is
the reason
deleting things on social media is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing. Don't do it. Leave it, bro. Leave it there. If anything, it's a good reminder for you. You can come back and look at it and be like, you know what? I've actually come a long way.
Yeah.
From there to now, I've done a lot.
And half the reason why I posted it was because I wanted to push the whole thing of it's okay to be bad at things, or it's okay to be not as good at some things as you are at other things.
100%.
Even if you want to do them, just because you might not know how to do it a certain way doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Facts.
So I think my biggest problem on social media nowadays is that there's a lot of poetry quote pages. And it's just like seeing people get more recognition or appreciation or, you know, like people sharing it more and all this kind of stuff than your own work. But then afterwards, you kind of just have to humble yourself and think about, like, how do you know that person hasn't been putting in work?
That's it.
For so many years, or how many months of pure consistency, you know what I mean? Yeah, so for me, I'm just like, okay, before I compare myself to another channel, why don't I just focus on myself? Why don't I be consistent for some years and, you know, and then see where that gets me?
100%. Definitely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's you're always gonna have that though. You're always gonna compare yourself to other channels. You're always gonna compare yourself to bigger, better, whatever. But it happens.
Yeah, Aaron, it's you. Comparing is a big thing, and I think that's okay. Like, so these are the things that are cons when it comes to obviously taking your passion to a career. The whole comparing, judgment, you know, these are huge factors into why a lot of people don't go for it. This is what reason. It's that whole like, what are people gonna think? Or am I as good as this other person? Or, you know, all that stuff. But ultimately, what is that? That's procrastination, bro. That's what it is. You're wasting time. Your energy is focused somewhere else. When you use your energy, you should focused on you. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's kind of just like showing when you showing your baby to the world.
That's it.
You kind of like nervousness, you know. You're like, what are people gonna think? You know, how people are gonna take it in, or what they're gonna say, and this and kind of stuff. But like you said, that's all time wasting.
That's all it is. There's nothing productive coming out of all of that. Zero.
But that's the con of when you put it, when you want it to become your career, because you're gonna put it out there for mass judgment.
Yeah, because and the other thing that a lot of people don't take that leap of turning their passion into like a career is the whole, what if I fail? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that means I have to go back to a 9 to 5. People are gonna be looking at me different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you tried that thing, oh, that flopped, didn't it? You know, like, oh, well done. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a lot of people think.
And then that's when you can just look at people and say, at least I tried.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if I did,
the worst case scenario is you're doing the same thing you're doing now.
That's it. I'm doing the same thing as you. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst scenario. But then it's like, if you don't do it, but then haven't you really failed if you haven't tried it? Isn't that failure?
Yeah, that's failure in itself, right?
That's what I'm saying. You haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Then that's just a whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The amount of time you spend comparing yourself to other people, you could be working on
your shit. On your shit.
And you'd be at that level.
That's it.
So yeah.
That's it. Sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? This is why. I was thinking about this the other day when I was walking, and I was like, do you know what? The smartest people in this world are normally the ones that have the simplest minds. Do you know why? Do you know why? Well, that's it. They don't complicate things. They don't complicate things. The way we're thinking, we're like, okay, let's do this, yeah. But then we're like, oh, but this could happen and that could happen, and maybe if I did that. But whereas a simple mind's like, this is the situation, I'm doing it. Great. The best movie for this scenario, if I was to show you a scenario like this, yeah, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is probably the best movie I can use this to describe. Forrest's mind, very simple. He was like was in them Bubba. Bubba was like, I want to start a prawn like shipping type of situation. He was like, let's do it. And just went for it. Whereas a normal human being would probably be like, oh, having to buy a ship, going in the water, starting a business. We would be doing all these things. What are people going to think about me getting shrimps, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying, Aaron? That's what a normal human being's brain would do. But someone that has a simple mind would have just looked at it. Oh, business idea. My friend wants to do this. Let me just help him. That's what Forrest saw. That's what he saw.
Overcomplicate it.
We overcomplicate things so much when it's so simple.
Overthinking is, oh man,
it's a dream killer, bruv. It's a dream killer,
bruv. All the time.
It's a dream killer.
My next post is based on overthinking,
bruv. Overthinking is a bad one, isn't it, Aaron? It hurts, bruv. It's actually painful.
It's very painful.
And then when you eventually do take the step and none of what you thought of happens, you're like, I'm an idiot. I'm a fool.
Big facts. It's actually so true, bruv. It's so true.
Yeah, because you're thinking to yourself, what if I didn't spend all those times questioning myself or questioning what would happen? What if I just did it?
Just do it, bruv. Just do it, bruv. Just do it.
Bro, I get that all the time with my poetry, man. Just seeing where I've got so many. Bro, I did a workshop the other day. And then in that workshop, at the end of my presentation, I listed all the things I did in 2020, like performances and shit like that. I was like, wow, I had a very productive year. But then I'm thinking to myself, what if I did this when I originally started? Just continued and just put it out there and being consistent.
Yeah, like where would you be now?
Where would I be now?
That's what I was told. Cool. I was like, don't go there no more, please. Don't go back down that memory lane. What if? It's it's too painful, but it is too painful. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's too painful. It's painful.
Now I'm just like, you know what? Fuck the what ifs. I'm doing it now. Now let's just keep on it.
I already said this to you. Yeah. At the rate you're going now, yeah. And because you're saying you're starting to learn more discipline, yeah. Once you get to a point where discipline's like a religious thing to you, it's just a part of you. Cool. I can guarantee you within 3 years, this will be your life, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This will be your job.
Well, that's the aim, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's the aim. But once you get to that point where it's just routine for you, it's not even like a task. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even feel like it's work anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but it will come. And obviously, a lot of stuff. You know, when they say you have to manifest it into realization, like make it a thing, you have to start talking to yourself like, I'm a poet. Not I'm going to be a poet, but I am a poet. That changed the game for me, but when I was like, I kept on saying I wanted to be an artist or full-time artist. Yeah, I changed that from I used to write down every day, I am a full-time artist. I am. This is what I'm doing. This is my job.
Yeah.
Because we're obviously saying I am, it just does something to you saying I am it. Do you know what I mean? It kind of does something to your system, like I need to go there.
To me, from the time you write your first poem, you're a poet.
There you go.
It's like the same time, the first time you sing your first song, bro, you're a singer.
That's it.
So I done being a poet.
That's it. Done being a poet. Exactly.
Now it's just, now the world needs to know I'm a poet.
That's it. And how would the world know if you ain't putting it online? Because that's where the world is right now. I can tell you that. Anyone that tells you don't need to be online to make it right now is full of shit. Full of shit. The internet is where it's at, bruv.
For real.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If you're trying to spread it, especially when you're trying to spread it fast, back in the day, word of mouth used to be the thing. But today's day and age, the internet is your word of mouth. You have to use it. Do you know what I mean? There's so many tools you need to utilize. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many tools out there. Like right now, I can tell you now, LinkedIn's not being abused as much as it can. A lot of people are sleeping on LinkedIn.
I feel like I need to jump on LinkedIn.
But LinkedIn is becoming the new Facebook. People are sleeping on it hard.
I swear.
But LinkedIn is the shit. But Aaron, let me tell you this: you are a brand. Aaron Peters is a brand. Remember, I don't care how much you want to argue with me. You are a brand. That's what you are. You're a brand. What your brand is up to you. You just describe how you want it, but you are a brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn is your profile picture and what you do. You know what I mean? If you're working this job, just say I'm working this job, but you can post whatever you want in it because that's Aaron Peters. This is me. You know what I'm saying? Like LinkedIn is the new Facebook, bro. LinkedIn is the spot. LinkedIn's the spot.
Yeah, I need to jump on LinkedIn.
I'm thinking about now, Aaron, but there's so many things. If I was your social media manager, there's so many things I would get you into. I would just tell you, Aaron, I don't care if you want to do it or not, you're doing it. Like, and trust me, if I did it for you for a whole year, you will blow. I'm not a social media manager, but because I've been on it for so long, I know the thing. I know it very well, very well. You know what I'm saying? So, like with Aaron, I will get you on TikTok. I will get you on LinkedIn. I will be putting you on all these things, and I'll be like, Aaron, you're doing this. Like you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Aaron, you should make, the things you're doing in the car, those videos.
Yeah.
You need to drop down on TikTok ASAP.
I've got a few of them on TikTok.
Yeah.
But,
what's a few?
It's like 2 or 3.
That's what you should be posting daily, my friend.
Big facts. Like me, like how many pings do I post? I'm trying to post 3-4 times a day on my Instagram.
I'm not doing. I really could be looking at me like that. 2-3 is minimum. I'm saying you need to be posting that.
I need to get my own car to be able to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Or just record better.
That's it. Just when you have time and you're sitting in the car, just record bears.
That's true.
Bulk. That's what I do. Like even with these, like right now, I did this today. These ones, cartoon drawings. For me, this is the easy stuff. But I do it in bulk. Like Thursdays, I record 7 of them, so I have enough for the whole next week. So I want to upload every single day. You know what I mean? And then, but ultimately, that all comes down to time management. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how good can you manage your time? But again, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to being the whole self-employed, that's another con. But a lot of people go into it not understanding how hard it is. This ain't no 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It ain't no 9 to 5, bruv. If you're thinking
9 to 9.
Thank you, Aaron. Now you're talking my language. Cool. This ain't no 9 to 5, bruv. It's not the same. It's not the same. 9 to 5, you can go to 9 to 5 and actually only work an hour. The rest of the 7 hours you could be and you will still get paid the same amount. Yeah. This don't run like that. You need to be in it.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. But when you become self-employed, you become your own manager.
Oh, distractions left, right, and center. It's very easy to put on Netflix and put your legs up. That's easy. That ain't hard.
You got to supervise. You got to manage. You got to.
But that's the difficult part about being a creative, though. It's like it's you. It's you. Like it's like when you're a dancer, a writer, or a painter, or drawer, or whatever. It doesn't work without you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you are the product. So if you procrastinate, your product delays too.
That's it.
You know what I mean? There's nobody you can't say to somebody, oh, you know what, Musa, you can't say, Musa, so can you finish this drawing up for me? No, it don't work like that.
It don't.
I can't say to Joko, oh, can you finish this writing piece for me? It's gonna be like 2 different pieces.
That's it. It's just it won't
it's
run.
like it doesn't work. It's me or nothing.
That's
you
it.
know what I mean?
So that's it. That also comes with the whole, you have to take care of your body, you know what I mean? Take care of your mind, make sure you know healthy environment. All that is important, fam.
Discipline, man. Discipline.
Oh yeah, that's what discipline. I already said it to you multiple times, isn't it? If you don't have discipline, nothing's going to work. Zero. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much people you can hire. If you don't have discipline, it's not going nowhere. Zero.
That says this in almost every video.
Yeah.
But bro, like I read a quote. I've said
that in every video, innit? I said it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
I mean, bro, there's a favorite. I have one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou where she goes, "It only works if you do."
The end, and that's discipline she's talking about, fam.
Very simple. Very simple, bro. It only works if you do.
I say it all the time, bruv. Discipline. You get that one, you can go places.
Your life will change.
You can go places with that one, bruv. When your alarm clock goes off, your ass need to get out that bed. I don't want to hear no, let me snooze 5. No, get up, bruv. Get up and go chuck that cold water on your face and get to
that one hit me still. That one hit me. Just 15 more minutes, man.
No. Because this is the thing. If you're starting off the day with failing the number one task, which is getting up, your rest of your day is cancelled, bruv. Cancel it. Yeah. The rest of the day is done. If you're waking up to failure, automatically, number one, you're the one that set the alarm, bruv. You set it, fam. What are we doing? You're acting like someone else set it for you. You went and said, I'm waking up at 6 o'clock. And it goes off, and you're like, snooze. Come on, bro. Let's be honest. What are we doing? If you wanted to sleep to 6:30, tell yourself, I want to sleep till 6:30, innit? But if you put it on for 6, that's on you. You put it there. No one did that for you.
If you wanted those 6 hours, then go to bed at 12.
The end. That's it. And again, that's all discipline.
If you went to bed at 1 or 2, it's your fault.
But if you're waking up at 6, you canceled an hour. That's on you.
Yeah. Well, my thing is that I'll put on an alarm for the time I want to wake up, and then I'll put on like 3 other alarms before the time I want to wake up.
Nah, man,
because I feel like
that's sleep. That's sleep.
No, for me personally, I find it easier to like get up if I like
have alarms.
Not even that, but if I wake up and then I go back to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, like okay. if I get a little bit of rest before I actually like get up out of the bed. So I'll wake up and then I'll stay like in bed for a bit and then I'll get up.
Okay. And that's without touching your phone?
No, of course I have to touch my phone to turn off the first couple of alarms.
Yeah, but is that all you're doing? That's my question right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair then. That's fair.
For me, I don't know, man. I'm learning that all alarm, turn it off, get up.
But for me, the easiest method was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I ain't gonna lie to you. As soon as my alarm goes off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm hopping out the bed. Hop. And I try to put my phone somewhere that's far where I have to get out of the bed.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Like you have to. There's no like underneath my pillow because that's too easy for me. That ain't challenging myself. That's not a challenge one bit. Underneath my pillow, if I take my phone and dash it, you might just dash that shit. Get out of here with that shit. I'm going back.
No, that one is a good one though. Put it somewhere where you have to actually get up and turn it off.
Physically out of your bed.
That's a good one.
That is a buff. That one is like, hey, you know, because that one you can't even tap Joko and be like, Joko, turn it off. She'll be like, are you mad? I'm not getting out of bed. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Even gap and go turn that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another thing you said the other week, which was like always make your bed as well.
Always.
Because before I never used to. I never used to make a bed because I was like, now I do it every day, and it's just nice coming back to it.
See what I'm saying? It's nice coming back to a bed that's ready for you, and it's ready for me, fam.
Yeah,
it's the best feeling, bro.
It's ready.
It's the best feeling.
It's ready. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
Even
if I'm rushing, I'll be like, let me take a minute at least to make this.
Make the bed nice.
It's like that in itself is you learning discipline.
I said to you.
It's small, but trust me.
Aaron, what do they do in the army?
They make you make your bed.
But you have to.
Yeah.
If they come into that room and the bed's not made,
inspect it.
That's what I'm saying. If they come into the room and the bed's not made, but if you're running an extra 5 miles, are you back?
Bro, not even just made. You have to make it specific.
That's it. Specific type of way as well.
To be a crease here, crease there. You know?
That's it. And all that stuff is discipline being like tuned into you. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why this is the thing. I even looked it up. Most of the people that become millionaires, I'm just saying that just money is not everything, but most of the people that become millionaires, billionaires, whatever, in the States alone, yeah, have a military background. That is not by chance. That is not by chance, bruv. That it says 90, I think it's like 90% of people that become millionaires in America have a military background. It's because they've been inbred the whole thing. If you're gonna do something, do
Let's
it.
just put it this way.
I'm saying, if you're gonna do something, do it, bruv.
Let's just put it this way. My last 2 assistant managers in JD were both in the military.
Because you know what it is?
Discipline.
Discipline and also understanding hardship is a part of the road. There's a lot of people, as soon as they're hit with something that's difficult, they just crumble, bruv. Straight. Oh my God, this is too hard. Well, they don't understand that's learning. That's what it is. You're learning. If nothing's hard, you're not learning, are you?
Yeah.
Well, we've all been to school. When we're learning, it's painful, fam. We're like, Papa, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But when we eventually get it, we're like, oh shit, I got it now. You know what I mean? And then you go on to the next thing.
It's like I've worked in places where problems might happen and like it's not part of your job, but somebody has to do it, so you do it.
There you go.
But there are other people that are like, I'm not doing that. It's not what I get paid to do.
Oh, I hear that every day.
Oh, that's stupid, but you get paid to work. There's no specific thing you're supposed to do here. You're paid to work here. Yeah. So everything in this place, you should be able to do, fam. I don't want to hear it.
or it's like, oh, that's not my department.
Yeah.
But this is your store.
That's it.
So
it's mad.
I don't understand that simple level of this workplace is one department.
That's it.
You have small sub-departments. Maybe somebody works in the kitchen. Maybe somebody works in the bar. But if I ask you to do something in the kitchen, you do it.
And if you can't do it, show me how. Show me how I can do it. Simple.
Like good example is I worked at Creams. And there was one day where we were like really busy, and there was like a new guy in the kitchen doing like pot wash.
Okay.
And like he wasn't doing it properly, and he wasn't doing it quickly, so it all just kind of like stacked up.
Okay.
And there was shit everywhere, and he was like, "I'm done. I'm not doing this. I quit." And he walked out. And because he quit, somebody has to wash the dishes.
Yeah.
And of course, that somebody was me.
Okay.
But I did it.
Yeah.
Because it needs to get
be done. That's it.
If I don't do it, someone else is gonna have to do it. So it's like how far does that go down the line before someone's just like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Why not?
Yeah. You could have just been like, wait, it's not my fault. That's not my problem. Manager needs to fix that.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. There's a lot of people that just can't see that they can't see that far of, you know what, why don't I just do it? Because if I don't do it, it's like, we're a team anyway. If this store goes to shit, we all go to shit.
That's it.
You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that don't think like that. They just thinking, oh, it's not my responsibility. It's not my priority. It's not what I'm getting paid for. What you're getting paid to work. So
that's it. That's it.
I mean,
yeah, man.
If we all lose our jobs, you're not getting paid at all.
That's it.
Facts.
But Aaron, that's how I say some people's brains don't go that far, man. They're not that educated.
No, they just don't think about other people. Selfishness
And just there for that quick check, and that's it. Pay me my money and let me go home. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely it's tough. Being self-employed is a hard one. It's a hard one. And I always tell, whenever someone asks me like, what's it like? I'm like, yo, it's not easy. I just tell them straight, it's not easy. It's not all dandy the way you probably envision it. No. The greatest part about it is that you're doing what you want to do. That's the best part about it. 100%.
I imagine people are always like, oh, you can take breaks whenever you want. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You can do this, you can do that. But you're working more than you would if you worked for someone else.
Thank you very much. That is it. But my brother's right here. He could tell you. Cool, where am I most of my day?
Where you're sitting? This
is where I'm at, fam. It's not that like I don't like it. I love it, of course. But at the same time, this is what I chose. This is what I said I wanted to do. I chose this. No one chose it for me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's days where I'm like, I don't want to be sitting here.
Yeah.
You know, there's days, obviously, you're going to have those days where it's like, I don't want to do nothing today. I don't want to do nothing at all. You know, you wake up like that. But then it's like, okay, but do you have to do something today? And it's like, yeah, but I do. So just suck it up and get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do it fast, get it out the way, and then you can go do what you need to do.
See, that's where it's different to working somewhere else. Somewhere else, somebody can be like, oh, someone else is gonna do it, so I'll leave it.
There you go.
No one else is there to pick up your slack.
No.
You have to pick up your own slack.
Have to. And that's why there's a lot of people that you see, they go self-employed, but they're very quick to go back to working. Because they realized that self-employment wasn't it for them. They thought about it and thought it was a nice thought. You know what it was a nice thought. But they went to it and they were like, okay, that's not the same. Because this is it. 9 to 5, you work, you go home, you're not taking no problems with you. You know what I mean? You get your paycheck. And I respect the people that are just like, that's what I want. I just want that. You know what I mean? I just want to go home and be able to do whatever I want without having to think. You know? Cool. If that's what you want, that's calm. As long as you're not complaining. If you're one of those that are doing that and then complaining, I ain't got enough money, I ain't going, then you need to fix something. Something needs to be fixed. But if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're coming home and you're smiling, you're happy, God bless you. Do you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, this whole self-employment thing, it's not built for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not built for everybody, Aaron. This shit is hard. This shit is hard.
You need that discipline first.
Hard.
Before you even think about self-employment, if you don't have discipline, don't even think about it.
No. And that's why I said to you, this is the time for you to start doing that. Like working on discipline. Because you got a stable income, yeah? But then it's like more, it's to test yourself. It's like, okay, so I work this 9 to 5. When I go home, what am I doing then? That's the test part. Because if you're going home and the first thing you're doing is Netflix, let me go make my cup of tea, coffee, legs up. It's like, so how badly do you want that employment? Like, what do you still like? Do you want to leave JT or do you want to stay there? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Or is it coming home? Okay, poetry. You know, it could be okay. Let me just watch a quick episode of whatever it is just to calm down for my work. I respect that. That's fine. But if it turns into 5-6 hours, that's a different story, Aaron. Do you know? But if you're coming home and say, you know what, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna make some food, I'm gonna put my legs up, I'm just gonna watch 1 or 2 episodes, and then it's like, okay, boom, poetry from here till 12 or 2 in the morning. Yeah, that alone, you know, working on your passion for 4 or 5 hours a day after your work can take you very far. At the end of the day, you still work, you're still doing something. It's better than you just not doing nothing, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even if you just put in an hour a day, it's still working towards something.
Yeah.
You know, and then some people look at an hour like, but that's nothing though. No, an hour is an hour. I don't care what anyone says to me. An hour, 60 minutes is 60 minutes. It's never gonna be 59. It's never gonna be 55. It's 60 minutes.
But it depends on how much of that hour you actually are working. You know,
that's why I say that's why you need to work. I like to work in blocks. I think a lot of people don't do that enough. Working in blocks, where I will sit and work like deep for an hour or 2, and I'll take 30 minutes to an hour where I won't work on that no more. I'll go do something else, and then I'll come back to it another hour or 2 deep. You know, because attention span. Let's be honest, our attention span is not that long as a human being. Do you know what I mean? So working in blocks is a very good thing to do. But again, time management, planning out, having a routine is very important when it comes to the whole self-employment life.
Yeah.
If you have discipline, you have a routine, and those 2 can take you far. Those are definitely the pros to being self-employed, because if you have those 2, it can lead to other things. Do you know what I mean? Because you can even start something else, but because you have the discipline and the consistency and all that stuff to see it through, that thing could be something because you have those 2 traits. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You could start something random that's got nothing to do with what you're used to doing, but because you have those 2 and you put it into that, it can ultimately become something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's someone that's way better than you at something. Let's be honest. But they don't have discipline, or they don't have a routine or structure or whatever. And then there's someone that comes along that's probably new to it, but because they're doing it every day and they're improving on it every single day, whilst you're only working on it like once or twice a month, and they're going at it every day. Next thing you know, they've just overtaken you. They've left you behind. You're like, wait, how? How is it? I was better than this person at that. What's going on? Do you know what I'm saying?
They say hard work beats talent.
Thank you very much.
Facts.
Simple. But then when you have both, hey, good luck. Hey, unstoppable. When you have both, you're unstoppable out here, fam. Trust me.
If you have both, then bro, shit, it's limitless.
That's when we start talking LeBron James, MJ type of levels. That's what we're talking.
Yeah, goats. To have the talent and the discipline.
Talent and the discipline. You put those two together, Lord have mercy. It's over for anyone out here, fam. Mm-hmm. Why do you think sometimes you see? Let's just look at sports in general. Sometimes you have a rookie in their first year, they're not that great, and you have someone that's been in the league for like 4 or 5 years. The rookie comes and overtakes them within a year or two. Why? Because that person was like, "Oh, I'm a baller anyways. I got it," and the rookie's like, "I need to improve." Goes and puts in the work. It happens in basketball.
Of course, all the time.
All the time. Do you know what I mean?
Look at Luka.
There you go.
Discipline, bro.
Discipline. And I know local Luka. We all know Luka's been putting in that time. We know it. Oh, yeah. Why? Yeah. We see it. Yeah. Evidence right in our eyes, bro. We're seeing it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but
it's all proof there, bro. You know what I mean? That, like, the work, honestly, if you're putting in the work, it will show. You know what I mean? It will show. It can't lie. You know, hard work. How can hard work lie? It's got to show in it, Aaron.
As they say, the proof is in the pudding.
You know? But yeah, this whole pros and cons, there's a lot of them. But I would say definitely the cons is obviously overthinking, procrastination, all that stuff. That's definitely a con if you want to turn something into a full-time, like your thing. If you want to take your passion and turn it into your thing, comparing yourself, procrastination, overthinking, all that stuff is definitely
becoming a chore.
Yeah, that's it. That's when it becomes a con. You know, when it feels like a drag.
And it feels like you're repeating yourself, doing the same thing over and over again.
When it becomes a drag, yeah, that's when it's like, you have to question yourself, do I really want to make this my career? Yeah. If it's hard for you to get out of bed to go and do this thing, you need to really think about it and say, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
You know? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, the whole thing we just said there, repetition, that's part of discipline, though.
It is.
Yeah. It is. Doing the same thing over and over every day, that's discipline in full effect. And obviously, as me personally, because I do the same things over and over again, daily after day, a lot of the time, I'm not going to see that I'm making improvement.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But outside people that I don't used to see my work every day, will see the improvement over time. You know, so people that come back to your page like once or two, three times a month, they will see the development, you know? And sometimes people will let you know, like, oh man, you've changed, you've really improved over the time, blah, blah, blah. But you yourself, you're not going to see it. Most of the time, you won't see it because you're doing it every day. It seems normal to you. It's like, I'm just doing this. Well, I'm just doing it. You're not going to see improvement. It's hard. It's hard to see improvement if it's always in your face. How? You know what I'm saying, Aaron? If I was flashing like $1 bill in your face all the time and I turn it into 100, you probably won't notice the 100.
Yeah.
How are you going to notice it? Your eyes are so fixed on one the whole time. Put a couple hundreds in there. You're not seeing no hundreds, please. And the improvements like that. Sometimes it comes in waves. It comes in waves, but we don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously now we're going to talk about the pros. We know the pros, obviously. You the freedom to do what you want.
Doing what you love on a daily basis.
That's the ultimate pro. I get to wake up and I get to do what I love, and can't nobody tell me shit.
and sharing something that you love with other people,
with the world. You know what I'm saying? That's great.
Love what you do, like
exactly,
and actually inspiring through your passion.
Exactly, your passion. Being able to develop your passion is definitely a pro, because now you're doing it every day. You have more time to work on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's another pro. Do you know what I mean? And ultimately being able to take risks. I feel like you're able to take. I think that's a pro, because you're able to take more risks now. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's your thing. Do you know what I'm saying? You're able to, like, let me try this, let me try that.
But I think you should take the risk before you get into that stage.
Both times. I think you should do it before and after.
Of course, but I guess you see, if it becomes your full-time thing, then you kind of like hesitate of making the bigger risks.
You already did that. You quit your full-time job. You quit your full-time job to make this your full-time job. That's the biggest risk there is. Ain't nothing gonna be bigger than that. You took that secure income to how am I gonna make money?
That's true.
That's the biggest. I think that's a way bigger risk than anything that you could do after that.
Yeah. Okay. In that sense, if you put it like that, yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be fearless once you've taken that leap of saying steady income every month. I'm getting this to, what's my income gonna be every month now? If you take that step, but after that, you shouldn't fear shit. Just do it.
Yeah.
Nothing. You should be looking at anything as a risk. Just do it.
That's true.
That's it. You should do it because most of the time, half of the time, when you take that leap, a lot of people are waiting for you to fail. A lot of people are waiting for you.
There's always going to be people waiting for you to fail.
Yeah, there's going to be people like, oh man, and then because it's going to be most of the time people that you wouldn't expect it from. I'm not gonna lie, Sometimes they'll be like, oh, but how's it going? Is it going well? And you deeply, that's not what they're questioning. They're asking like, is it flopping? That's what they're really asking you.
Yeah, because they want something to talk about.
There's just people waiting to just say, I told you so.
I told you so. That's it. But yeah, I think JC said it best. JC said it best. He was like, you couldn't do it. It doesn't mean I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because in your head, you've already got this picture of like, oh, nah, man, that's too hard for me. But the person telling you what they want to do, is it too hard for them? You don't know that. You don't know that. And everyone has their own lane. Like poetry, I know nothing about poetry. I know nothing about it. So I wouldn't go near it. And I wouldn't tell anyone how to do their poetry because I don't know nothing about it. I know art and the internet. That's what I know. And that's why I stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Simple.
Stay in your lane.
But simple as that. Stay in your lane. And if you want to go and try something else that's not in your lane, that's up to you. You're allowed to do that. Can't nobody tell me I can't. If I wanted to be a poet tomorrow, no one can tell me, Mr. Don't do it. I don't care. If I wanted to start writing poetry tomorrow, who's going to tell me, Mr. Don't do it?
Nobody.
And even if they did, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it.
You can ask them why. What's the answer?
Yeah, why can't I do it? Because I'm not a poet. Who told you that? Who told you that? That's my question.
Why can't I develop to be one?
Exactly.
I mean,
why? In a simple as why do people go to school? Why do people learn shit?
Try to develop to becoming something.
Exactly. People are not born poets. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice hour after a short. It was supposed to be short.
It be like that.
It really do.
It be like that. Well, I've had fun. I've enjoyed myself. Nice topics.
Definitely nice topics. Good conversation.
Yeah, conversation. Yes.
Now
Shit, Aaron's put on the glasses. Cool, put on the glasses. What you lot doing? You lot about to take over the world or something? You lot about to go to madness?
Hell yeah.
What do you mean about to? We've been doing that, bro.
Amen. Tell him.
Oh, shit. Hey, I'm about to. I don't know what I'm about to do. Actually, I've got to edit a couple of videos. And just I'm just gonna do my cartoon drawings today. So just cartoons. That's what I'm doing today.
Figure out what to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust.
But yeah, it's been real. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe as well.
Do your thing.
And yeah, we out. Peace.
Bless up.